Hi there, it's me, Britiany A Christian. Maybe I look like my pictures, I don't know, that I'm back on the book. Uh, let's just get into it. Line of Confusion, Chronicle, Chronicle 1 of the Abyss by Britiany A Christian. All scriptures contained herein are from the Old and New Testaments of the authorized King James Version of the Bible. All photos and text copyright 2013 by Britiany A Christian. All rights reserved. Riseville Publishers, a division of Riseville Ventures. Edition 2, March 2014. I dedicate this book to my children, Joel and Leah, whose devotion to me is unwavering and forgiving. Wait a minute, you probably want to see the cover, right? Okay, going on. Isaiah 34:11, King James Version. But the cormorant and the bittern shall possess it. The owl also and the raven shall dwell in it. And he shall stretch upon it the line of confusion and the stones of emptiness. Let me just go ahead and go through past the table of contents. And we have another scripture, Revelation 1:3, King James Version. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that heareth the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. Prologue. Abigail looked up at the black clouds above her and caught her breath. The clouds were black and threatening. Why hadn't she noticed them before? She knew why. Because when she had looked up a few minutes ago, it was clear and sunny. She was so intent on her gardening that she'd even look up for a second time to notice the change of weather. But here they were, storm clouds, black and ominous, and she wasn't sure she could make it indoors before it started pouring. She heard Rose shouting to her from the patio doors, but the wind had picked up and was howling fiercely, and Abigail couldn't make out what she was saying. What was she yelling? Suddenly, Abigail looked in the direction that Rose was pointing. What was it in the distance she was pointing to? It looked like a funnel cloud. It was a tornado. Haven't we seen that a time or two? Yeah. She looked back at Rose and shouted for her to get into the basement, and she turned and ran. Chapter 1. And so it begins. Rose watched from the bay window over the sink as Abigail pushed a tendril of blonde hair from her eyes as she earnestly began attacking the soil once more. She was stubbornly trying to put the pansy she had bought from the nursery into perfect rows in the flower beds, in the patio's dusty pink and soft blue brick planters. Rose smiled to herself at her sister's tenacity to make everything look perfect. But she had to admit, though, since her parents had died, Abigail had turned this century-old house into a showplace. It was absolutely beautiful. I've seen homes like that a few times too. The grounds, with the gardener's help, were arranged so beautifully. The old trees had taken on a splendor they had never known, with their tender pruning and fertilizing. The rose bushes were breathtaking in their majesty. They lined the paths and walkways, along with all the other flowering bushes, shrubs, and flowers that Rose could even begin to name, and the colors so extraordinary that it almost took your breath away. Her sister truly had a knack for gardening. Rose looked at her thumb and smiled. If only her thumb wasn't so brown, she could be a help to Abigail. But that was her sister's forte. And Rose stayed out of her way, taking on the care of this big, beautiful, old home. Instead, and with the home instead, and with the 6 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, and downstairs room, it was quite a job, but she loved it.